Welcome to a deeply attuned pick a card reading inspired by the seven chakras and their influences on your spiritual path, emotional well being, and life events. Each pile is infused with the energy of a corresponding chakra and crystal ally to bring clarity, healing, and alignment to your current journey. Each group is linked to a key area of your life and body's energy. So if you have to pause the video, that's fine. Take a moment and pick the one that stands out to you. I normally pause the video and I'll look away from my phone and then look at it real quick, and whichever one sticks out to me, I'll choose that one. If you'd like more information about the crystals and the chakras, here it is. Tanzanite and the crown chakra. Spiritual connection and purpose. It governs spiritual awakenings, divine connection, and higher wisdom. Imbalances may show as migraines, disconnection, or brain fog, so keep that in mind. The third eye chakra, sapphire. Intuition and insight. It supports psychic awareness, dreams, and clarity of thought. Imbalances can appear as eye strain, sinus issues, or confusion. With the throat chakra, we have blue obsidian. Communication and truth. It encourages clear communication, authenticity, and inner voice. Blockages may manifest as sore throat, thyroid imbalances, or fear of speaking. We have chrysocolla, hope I said that correctly, for the heart chakra, love and emotional healing. It opens the space for compassion, forgiveness, and deep connection. Imbalances can lead to heart-lung tension or emotional withdrawal. Now, for the solar plexus, we have bumblebee jasper, confidence and action. It fuels willpower, personal power, and manifestation. Disharmony may show up as digestive issues, fatigue, or low self-esteem. With the sacral chakra, we have the wolfenite, very beautiful for creativity and relationships. It governs passion, sensuality, and emotional flow. Imbalances may cause reproductive or bladder concerns and creative blocks. For our root chakra, we have rhodochrosite, grounding and stability. It anchors your safety, survival instincts, and connection to the earth. Disharmony may appear as anxiety, lower back pain, or financial fears. Now, the chakras currently most active in your life is what we'll explore in this reading. Life events shaped by the energy center, blocks to heal or integrate, how your body may be signaling alignment or imbalances, and crystal support and messages from spirit. There will also be a tarot spread for each of the groups. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your energy. If you'd like to go deeper, I invite you to join me on my distant healing channel at Dr. MB Online, your sanctuary for energy alignment and intuitive empowerment with love and light. Keep in mind, regardless of what you pick, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It should not substitute you consulting with a medical professional for any of your health concerns. Let's get started with Group 1. Group 1. The Tanzanite crown chakra governs your connection to divine wisdom, higher purpose, and universal intelligence. When balanced, it allows you to feel spiritually guided and flow. When imbalanced, it can manifest as headaches, mental fog, detachment, and existential fatigue. Tanzanite enhances spiritual downloads, clear knowing, and calm awareness. So, before we get into it, I have an affirmation for you, and you can use this daily. I am aligned with divine truth. I release illusion and allow divine guidance to lead my life. Along with your beautiful crystal, okay, there's a message. It connects to Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Jupiter. Transmutation, illumination, and psychic. Ooh, Group 1. Do I have some psychics in the audience? Connecting you to the spiritual realms and beyond, Tanzanite assists in living with more awareness and bringing spirituality into your day-to-day life. That is very important for my star seeds and my healers, or just everyday human beings. Spirituality being brought into our lives in the height of technology, politics, awakenings, all that kind of stuff. It's like we have to balance it out, the physical and the spiritual. So this is like super important. It helps navigate your journey between altered states of consciousness and deep meditation to assessing psychic powers. Metaphysical abilities are enhanced with this stone, creating a direct line of communication between you and your spiritual team. Tanzanite unveils your true path, transmuting the old into the new and acknowledging the road is ever winding. Your journey is constant flow, or in constant flow. So trust your path, okay? Along with your crystal card, you have some tarot cards. Your energy has been pre-shuffled, and I'm going to lay them out for you. As we begin, know that your group is going through a portal of divine feminine power and sacred emotional wisdom. You have soul time. And with soul time, you also have freedom, divine presence, healing, truth. Ooh, 777. Oh my gosh. Look at that. You guys got like the luckiest numbers ever. We're also going to take out your tarot cards, where we have the Empress. I do recall the King of Cups and Hierophant. Yep, this snuck in there, so we'll talk about that and why it's hiding. Okay. And I believe the Seven of Cups. We'll see. Yep. Okay, so we got all of your cards lined up here. And I'm going to save this for your bonus card. So set your intentions, whatever clarity or answers you need, that you receive them throughout the video and when we pull your answer card. All right. Now, abundance is not only possible, it's inevitable if you trust your instincts and nurture what matters the most. The King of Cups brings deep emotional intelligence. You're embodying maturity and holding space for others while learning to honor your own needs. But here's the twist. The Hierophant with the Seven of Cups are creating tension because structure and fantasy. Are you following tradition out of habit or because it aligns with your soul? You're being asked to see beyond the illusions and access clarity through your higher mind. This group is guided to seek alignment, not perfection. You may feel pulled in many directions, relationships, spiritual paths, creative projects, but the way forward will always feel grounded in peace and not chaos. For those of you, we'll break it down into love and relationships, career and purpose, as well as your health and body wisdom. So get comfortable. You're calling in or deepening a divine union rooted in mutual respect and spiritual alignment. The King of Cups suggests that someone, with strong Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements may be in the environment. If you're in a relationship, it's time to redefine commitment on your own terms. The Hierophant could point to traditional paths like marriage, family, or planning, but also spiritual contracts and past lives being reactivated. If love feels confusing right now, the Seven of Cups asks, is this love or is it the idea of love? Let the truth rise to the surface. The Empress, specifically for your career and your purpose, is a sign that your creative gifts are ready to be monetized. You could be in the spiritual wellness or artistic field, and the King of Cups suggests coaching, counseling, and healing as career themes. The Seven of Cups warns against spreading yourself too thin. Focus on one inspired idea that feels like a divine calling. Now, the astrological supports of this spread would be Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and the timing could be between a new moon in Taurus and full moon in Pisces. You'll experience breakthroughs of clarity and emotional fulfillment. Now, in your health and body wisdom, the crown chakra imbalance may show up as trouble sleeping or vivid dreams, feeling spiritually disconnected, head pressure or migraines, overthinking, and anxiety. To restore balance, you can use tanzanite in meditation, sit in silence, and allow downloads. Practice trust. Not every answer comes in words. Some may come in knowing. Now, the archetypes and guides present could be the high priestess, guiding you to hold sacred space and trust divine timing, the artist, awakening your inner creative, and the healer. Your emotions are a key to healing others. Now, with soul time, it has the frequency of soul time. Ask us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. I absolutely love that. Now, intuitively, all right, we're going to take a moment with these two, which I thought was like super cute, because I saw the Empress and I saw the King of Cups, and because it's a major arcana, and one of our court cards could usually pinpoint the current or current, which would be you, like the person that is on the other side of this video. Now, she did come out second. Okay, I do believe she came out second. She could have came out first. The message has been given. But intuitively, what I saw was a marriage or a union. And I feel that it could have some sort of past life connection, because they've been trying to re-manifest it, or like it's not the first attempt. I'll say that. When I saw the King of Cups with the Empress, I saw like the Seven of Cups not as confusion, but more so like how many times he made an attempt to do something. And then even though the images of her face and the lady in the cup are different, and it has its own symbolism in the Seven of Cups, intuitively I just felt at some point she was an option. But like now she's an option that was chosen. And I know the Empress as an option is hilarious, right? It happens. So someone could see you as the Empress, or you could be the King of Cups looking out for your abundance. Okay, I have been kind of like hit with the love bug with some of you guys' readings, and I can't help but to notice, and I don't think I've ever really pointed it out, the way she's holding that shield. Right now, when I thought about the shield, I thought about Bella in Twilight and what she was to, the oh so charming, whatever his name was. So that's gonna be messed up, because it was like, well, are you team Jacob, what is his name, John, whatever. So it just reminded me of, he has like bright distracting eyes too, but it just reminded me of something that through the chaos, through the confusion, through the other options, through the lifetimes, this was just like meant to be. So after I got out of my long love daydream, I went back and I thought about the crown chakra and sometimes the imbalances that could come through our bodies. When I saw the Ten of Cups is like my brain card. If you really get down into certain aspects of tarot, like the Two of Cups sometimes represents the different sides, like the left and the right side of the brain, and the Ten of Cups could represent the brain. Okay, so there's something on the mind of a person, or just heavy emphasis on someone who may have like headaches and migraines. Now, I am a metaphysical scientist, okay, with a doctoral, so what they call it. And most of you that may have come to my channel like back in the day, yes, I also have a background in federal law, so federal law paralegal. But you can't heal people like that. You can only just become wiser and protect them when something weird happens. So I have other credentials. All right. I said that to say this. When it comes to your body and symptoms and your health, always consult with a medical professional. However, when looking at the chakras and the ailments that could be symptoms, causes, and effects, I did think about confusion and headaches. And usually for spiritual beings, they tie like the headaches to awakenings and downloads and stuff like that. And that's true. But I've also experienced headaches when I'm focusing on things that are unfavorable, or when there's like energetic attacks. So long story short, it's like, where are you going with this? Well, Bella had a gift and an ability as the shield for her friends and her family. And I was like, oh, Spirit, I wish I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And oh my gosh. And so in the story, I don't know if you guys remember, it was part 2 when the red jackets, or whatever, that's what I call them, were trying to see the validity of the baby's future and how it would affect them, if any. And she was the one that, if he pursued this violent threat, was going to take him out. So it's like, it was like, what was his name? It was like Team Jacob, Team, I don't know, the vampire. I'm just going to call him Charmin. Okay. So Charmin kind of won, where it seemed like she was some, slim, odd, average high school girl. I mean, he could have had women all over the world. This man was 100 and some years old and had connections out the wazoo. But she was the shield. And when the push came to shove, she protected him. When push came to shove, he couldn't resist her. When push came to shove, she was the strongest person, like, in their family unit, but they called her a newborn. So it could have been just because her powers were just initiated. Who knows, child? But that relationship may have transpired over lifetimes. That relationship brought about some ailments in the body that everybody experienced who was involved. That relationship also seemed like she was just an option of many choices, and some people didn't sit well with that. And it was, I could just keep saying their relationship and their relationship and their relationship. So I do hope that it helps, especially when it comes to the mind and the brain, and you being on somebody's mind, or marriage, and or somebody's on yours, and chaos and confusion, and how it's time to do something else right now, but also not spreading yourself too thin and doing 72 things. Okay. So let's pull some clarifiers to see what we have here for my group 1. So I'm not just shoving you out the door. And then we'll also read your bonus card and answer your question. All right. So I'm going to get a clarifier for my 7 of Cups over here. And I saw... Oh, okay. We have the World card. Who is this? I want to say it real quick. Oh, look, as we talk about like marriage and working together. So we do have the 3 of Pentacles. There's a lot of messages here. And look at the Hangman upright. The 9 of Pentacles. What was that? The 3 of Pentacles. The World card comes out, right? So with the World card, it definitely talks about completion. He felt complete when he met her, but I'm going to try to take it off of that. I'm taking it off of their relationship. I just really love that movie. But it does talk about completion. For some of you, it could talk about international affairs, or just completing this particular aspect of your soul's journey. The 6 of Cups could signify growth, as well as memories. So some of you guys could be working in that area of like past life regression, and some sort of counseling. But all in all, together, it forms like a powerful layered message, especially in the context of love, purpose, or personal evolution, the completion and choice. The world shows that you've either just closed a major chapter or you're on the verge of doing so, graduating spiritually, emotionally, or even literally, like ending a cycle, moving, or reaching a personal milestone. But with the Seven of Cups, it brings a note of caution. With new freedoms comes many paths. You may feel or be feeling a surge of possibilities, some exciting and some confusing. Not all of them are real or rooted in the truth, so just be mindful. That particular combo, though, it asks, what vision are you ready to anchor into reality, or are you chasing an illusion and calling it completion? And remember, at the beginning, it also asks a similar question like that. So now you're gonna have to start it over because I don't remember, but it did say something like that. For your love and relationships, a test of discernment in love. Don't we learn those things through those twin flames and those soulmate relationships? Just be mindful of indecision and repeating old patterns under a new disguise. Ooh, oh my God. Your careers, wrapping up an era and being offered a multitude of new directions. So just be mindful of getting lost in the shiny object, kind of thing. Now, for your beautiful bonus card, I was stuck on the 777 part, but you have 7 blessings of the 7th dimension: heal my soul, peace, potential, creativity, freedom, divine presence, healing, and truth. So you guys may also want to look at the throat chakra video, because that one is also about truths. And so definitely love that. Now, ask your question. We're going to pull a card on your behalf. All right, and I'm going to get it shuffled and see what kind of direction we can put you in. Now, I don't have the yes no cards in my hand. I said I could do you one solid. Oh, look, my home girl. Okay, for the collective. Now, one stay behind. I'm nosy. When cards do that, I have to see what they say. So you have initiation, spark, and vision, which is cardinal. You also have Mercury, communication, correspondence, and expression. Okay, I love that. So there could be some communication. There may be a spark. A spark is sometimes, what is that, an unexpected visitor or something like that. But with Lilith, you have power, activism, and vengeance. So check to see where Lilith falls in your chart, and or whatever astrological events that could be happening around Lilith. But she is the answer to your question today. All right. And I do hope that it helps. Group 2. Hello, beautiful souls. We are going to get started with your Sapphire third eye chakra reading. You also have your Mudra card. We're going to save this space for the answer card. So set your intentions to get some news you could use before the end of the video. I have pre-shuffled out the cards in your energy, so don't worry. I do believe that you guys got some pretty cool cards. I know for sure you got the star card, so we're going to put those on the table. But before we do that, just take a moment, okay, to get in here and get comfortable. Now, let's dive into the energy of the sapphire, the third eye chakra. This card particularly is for royalty, wisdom, and knowledge. Fairness rules the kingdom when Sapphire wears the crown. Sapphire wields its power through kindness and wise judgment, bringing good luck and fortune to those who wear it. A gem with a regal presence throughout history, Sapphire is considered to be sacred, representing celestial hope and faith. Known as the Stone of Wisdom, Sapphire enhances focus, concentration, and learning abilities. It activates the third eye and throat chakra, guiding you toward knowledge beyond this stratosphere. It associates with Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius, the moon, and Saturn. Okay. Now, the Mudra card, very beautiful. Coincidentally, it's also a star. Okay. You have my spirituality progress is steady and true as my soul faithfully continues to manifest divine beauty that nourishes all hearts. Oh my God, this is so pretty. I actually had a sapphire ring that was made into a heart years ago. So beautiful. And I think like Princess Diana had one, and then so on and so forth. So check it out. I don't know, girl. Find you a deal. Now, we're tapping into deep insight, psychic clarity, and soul recognition. The third eye governs your intuition, foresight, and inner wisdom. When this chakra is activated and clear, your path becomes obvious, even when it defies logic. You trust what you feel over what you see. Imbalance can manifest as indecision, overanalyze, headaches, poor sleep, or eye tension. Sapphire enhances wisdom, inner guidance, and protection during intuitive awakenings. We have an affirmation for you. Feel free to use this daily. I see clearly through the lens of my higher self. My intuition is accurate and I trust its wisdom. Now, for tarot, I do believe you guys had the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Six Cups, and my darling, the Star card. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's the Six of Pentacles. Un momento. As I get this shuffle here. I have Libra. Ooh. The Nine Swords for someone. All right. Because I was trying to understand what's going on right there. And then I'll see. You got the Fool card, which could point to a new beginning, and it's facing the mantra cards. So this may be some of you that are into like habit forming or changing. This could be something that you can incorporate into your day-to-day. All right. And it also could signify that you're on a new road and you're fully prepared for it. It's going to bring you growth, or maybe your growth and development is what's helping you get to this point. But the Two Swords doesn't always get the credit that I feel it deserves. A lot of people sees it as like refusing to see. You could be dealing with somebody like that. I'm not gonna lie. If you are dealing with, that makes sense. The divine masculine. And see, I said we were gonna save this space for your bonus card. We will. And look at that. You got the star, tetrahedron, star, tetrahedron, star. This is gonna be good. Okay. Now there could be someone refusing to see, now that I look at it. And it's like they have very fond memories, or you guys have like a lot of memories together. But growth is a thing, right? And then I feel like if someone's wishing and someone else is refusing to see, that's why this relationship as is could be a lot of work. So I have made the correction, because Spirit is like, do it correctly. Okay, respect. There's your Eight of Pentacles, your Two of Swords, the Six of Cups. Now, this group is in a season of soul alignment through reflection and refinement. You are reconnecting to the core of who you are by remembering who you were, and perhaps even beyond this lifetime. The Six of Cups and the Star are calling in soul healing, inner child work, and reconnection with past life gifts. You're being reminded that the dream you gave up on, it's not gone. It's just waiting for you to choose it again. But here's the tension. The Two Swords shows indecision. A choice is here, and Spirit says avoidance is not protection. Your third eye knows what your ego still is unsure of. The Eight of Pentacles that said, hey, don't forget about me. It reminds you that healing and transformation is a craft, a process, not a quick fix. Keep showing up. Your consistency is unlocking divine timing. And see, that's why it was necessary. because those 6 pentacles just represents what's being put in and taken out of something, and who receives and who waits. This was our answer. Okay. Now in love, you're reconnecting with past life lover or a soulmate. Okay, that is nice, I think. Possibly a reunion with someone from your current timeline who reflects your emotional depth. The stars suggest long distance or astral connections. Even if you're not together physically, you are energetically linked and guiding each other home. If you're in a relationship, it's time to recommit to the soul contract, not just the routine. If you're single, someone who feels deeply familiar is being magnetized to you. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, not every connection is meant to last forever, but some are meant to last multiple lifetimes. So that's the give and take. And I think that's beautiful. For your career and purpose, this is a season of developing your skills, especially spiritual or healing abilities. The 8 of Pentacles says you're mastering something through repetition or dedication, possibly in writing, energy healing, divination, or holistic work. You may be torn with the 2 of Swords between a safe path and the soul path. The star is guiding you toward a purpose that's bigger than you, but only if you stop waiting for perfect timing. The astrological influences here are Aquarius with the star, Virgo with the 8 of Pentacles, and then Libra, Moon in Libra with the 2 of Swords. And like I said, I also saw the 9 of Swords, so it's like a lot of Libra here. Cancer or Pisces for soulmate energy. And the timing represents a breakthrough between a first quarter moon and a significant Aquarius transit, likely around a Uranus aspect. For your health and body wisdom, the third eye balances or imbalances may look like insomnia or vivid lucid dreams, feeling mentally foggy or spiritually disconnected, headaches or dry, strained eyes, ignoring your gut instincts or doubting your inner knowing. To restore balance, meditate with sapphire or amethyst, do dream journaling and intuitive writing. Use essential oils like clary sage or mugwort. Ooh, mugwort smells so good. That's one of my favorites. On your forehead, but do so carefully. Okay. Oh my God, I had I love the mugwort bundle, like a sage bundle, and I use mugwort in my uncrossing recipe. So yeah, big on the mugwort. Now the archetypes and guides present for you all: the dreamer, turning or tuning into visions, dreams, and sacred images. So just be mindful of that. The mystic, opening to psychic gifts and ancient wisdom. The inner child, healing abandonment wounds and reconnecting to joy. So one or all three, okay, could represent either of us in this particular group. Now, I'm going to take a couple of clarifiers and also get your answer card. So let's go with the 8 of Pentacles. See if Spirit has any additional news we could use. Definitely talks about repetition and dedication though, and blocking out bad memories, because you are the star. And I'm gonna give it, okay, you're giving it to me, cool. Aww, it's not traditional, I'll say that. And we look at timing for some of you, winter. So if you're wondering when something is going to just really do what it does, the 5 of Pentacles is a winter card, and also just talks about somebody putting their energy and attention into work, because maybe they're spiritually, what is that? What do you call it? Spiritually barren, because they're focusing and overanalyzing and being a workaholic. A hard-earned healing, all right? self-investment and rebuilding from the ground up. It's a shift from lack to mastery. The Five of Pentacles represents like hardship, often financial struggles, emotional abandonment, rejection, or being left out in the cold. It's a card of isolation, scarcity, and pain. But, okay, it's like, good, but. The Eight of Pentacles is the comeback energy. And it's about putting in focused work, refining your craft, and rebuilding slowly but surely. It shows that you're either working through the pain or using past hardships as fuel to create something stable and successful. The combo does say that you may have felt abandoned, unsupported, and depleted. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Oh man, look at that. It may indicate a period where someone felt emotionally shut out or left behind. But the relationship can still be healed. The Two of Swords say somebody don't see it that way. Okay, look at that. Spirit says, so you guys are meant to be together. And I can see why these energies could work well together. You have like a super masculine energy and a healing energy. For others of you, the Spirit is like some here want to focus on work. Okay, this is an entrepreneur. This is an administrator. This is a healer. So like an essential worker or a holistic energy worker, just like the previous card said. So some of you guys may be working in that field, and it's like your abundance comes through that. Some of you could be working with children. A lot of work. Okay, because you got the Ten of Wands that talks about doing the work. And doing the work in esoteric tarot is inner work. So it ain't like you got to go out and build a clubhouse and get the wood and put the nails in it like he doing, like literally. But you could be. You getting the tools. But the Star card reminds us that you are the tool. And she don't need nothing. She got what she need right here. So I love that. With the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, that does talk about increase, right? Paying attention to details and making a statement. The King of Wands is bold. The Queen of Pentacles is that statement ring that I was talking about, that sapphire, that beauty. So that's why I said together, that's a pretty good mix, because one doesn't overpower the other. And at some point, one needs the other. An entrepreneur will try to do everything themselves, but the Queen of Pentacles is that administrative energy, the secretary, the assistant that can get it all done. Kind of like a lot of the strengths of the Empress. So I think that's super dope. And for your I want to say angel answer card so bad, but we're not using the angel answer card. Go ahead and set the intentions. I'm going to shuffle that out now for you guys. I did not forget. Okay, just remember that you are a sacred visionary. Even if others can't see your vision, that doesn't mean that it's any less real. Okay, Spirit has been preparing your path through memory, repetition, and soul contracts. What's coming is not new. It's just finally returning. So trust your inner knowing and let go of doubt. All right. So here is something that could be helpful. We got retrograde and wisdom, skill, and self-defense for somebody. Reversal, distance, and deceleration. Then we have Venus, beauty, artistry, and love. So some of you guys could be getting back to that, because the second Eight of Pentacles that came out, because you got this one upright, but the one that I saw in the gold foil deck was in reverse. So if you know you, hey, there you are. Oh, that's interesting. The good news about your question, it can't harm you. I mean, nothing can go wrong. But unfortunately, with the moon void, of course, okay, it could interfere. Like most people who, if you pick a date to out of inspiration to do something. Like, oh, you know, Thursday is a beautiful day because of Venus and da 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 da. Or Monday is moon day, we're going to do some moon stuff. Or Sunday is Sunday, right? That's intentional. The moon void is like, why would they schedule that day, right? But the beauty of it is that, you know, there's strong possibility nothing can go wrong. It also says disconnect, withdrawal, and reception. And then you got all the signs. That's crazy. We have Aquarius. What does it say? Okay, it says that for every sign. All right, and it goes around the wheel. Okay, well, that's different. I do hope that helps. Group 3. Welcome in, beautiful souls. This is going to be a powerful group. It's potent. You're stepping into your truth, alignment, and magnetic manifestation through the voice and will. So, get comfortable. Let's get started. The throat chakra governs authentic expression, communication, and energetic boundaries. It's the seat of personal truth and the ability to speak your desire into existence. When in balance, you express yourself with clarity and conviction. When blocked, it shows up as sore throats, thyroid issues, silence, or explosive outbursts. Blue obsidian helps clear stagnant energy from the throat, encourages direct speech, and enhances psychic hearing, clairaudience. This is so pretty. It represents expansive divination and astral travel. Cool to the core. Blue obsidian is created from a natural volcanic glass that has the ability to expand one's natural talent. Astral travel and envisioning dreams are protected and safe when you are using this crystal. A powerful divination stone. Blue obsidian enhances psychic abilities and uncovers natural talents for the unknown. It clears away mental clutter and makes a way for clear channeling of intuitive messages, allowing you to focus on one message at a time. A natural healer, blue obsidian promotes circulation for your body and opens the aura to receive. Love that. Aquarius energy and Saturn energy. That's what's up. Now I have pre-shuffled your energy. You will have oracle and tarot cards. We also have an affirmation for you, so feel free to use this. My voice is a sacred instrument. I speak my truth with clarity, confidence, and love. I also set the intention to get a question answered. We'll pull a card at the end of your reading, so just be mindful of that. You guys have this beautiful star. It's almost like a snowflake and a spaceship. It reads, a new cycle of divine harmony and blessed alignment opens for me as I continue my soul journey with authenticity, expression, and trust. Super love that. I do believe you guys had the honesty card. And what I love about this is the number 23. They make movies about it. They said when it shows, something amazing could be brewing. Like if you start seeing it a lot. If not, that's okay. The energy of honesty supports our choice to be courageously truthful and genuine with kindness and tact. I love that. I watch a lot of like sacred geometry meditation videos, and you guys have not only this card, but in this one, it reminds me of, I think is it the seraphim, where it's the angel with all the eyeballs looking. Okay, so there's that. Not to scare you or whatever. I believe you guys had the Sun, 5 of Cups. Yep, Lovers and the Magician. And we're going to go over those interpretations and take clarifiers. So don't worry. Very interesting. Now, I mean, firsthand, you'll look at this and think that it could be a better relationship. But we're going to go over your general love, some career if necessary, and purpose, as well as your health and body wisdom. So have no fear. We're going to cover all grounds. I know that your group is walking through the alchemy of loss into liberation. The Five of Cups shows you've experienced disappointment, maybe even regret, but the Sun and the Magician prove you are not broken and you're being remade. There's a major life decision or soul partnership either on the horizon or already unfolding with the Lovers. You're being asked to see your voice and use your voice clearly, intentionally, to call in what you actually want, not what you think you should settle for. Now, the Magician says you already have everything you need to succeed. Your words are spells. You are casting spells of alignment. Or is it self-doubt? So be mindful of that. This group is big on manifestation through truth. So just be mindful, like as you're manifesting and setting your intentions, the truth, you know what I'm saying? It's like some things can't be hidden. Like you can lie to yourself, but I don't think you can lie to God or the Holy Spirit or, stuff like that. So that's just between me and you, right? You're being called to create consciously and let joy lead the way. Okay, with the Sun card starting out. With the Lovers, the Sun, and the Magician together, this group may be in or calling in a divinely guided match. A passionate connection that feels like home and activation all at once. However, the Five of Cups warns that emotional baggage from the past could be distorting current choices. You may be afraid of being hurt again or holding on to what could have been. All right. If single, expect a fiery soulmate or twin flame encounter during a Leo or Gemini transit. And wow, Gemini season is on the horizon as well as Leo, so good luck with that. If in partnership, speak the hard truth. It will lead to breakthrough. Speak your needs, share your joy, and choose love with your whole chest. Okay, because he don't look like he using his chest or whatever. Now, in your purpose and career, this is a season of speaking, teaching, healing, or creative performance. You might be stepping into a visible role, a leadership position, or a platform where your voice is powerful. The Magician suggests mastery over your tools. Maybe you're launching a course, writing a book, or taking a spiritual business to the next level. The Sun confirms success and recognition are close, but the Five of Cups says, don't fear of failure. Don't let the fear of failure block your breakthrough. Okay, so that's very, very important. Now, the astrological influences here are Gemini and Virgo, Leo, Gemini again with the Lovers, as well as the Magician. Water energy, the Five of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and again, the timing could be between Gemini season and the Leo new moon. Powerful clarity or breakthroughs in purpose and love emerge. Okay. Now, for your health and body wisdom, throat chakra imbalances may show up as sore throats, thyroid imbalances, jaw tension, feeling ignored or invalidated, suppressed truth or over apologizing, not expressing your needs or boundaries. To rebalance, chant or sing daily. Write and speak affirmations aloud. Use blue obsidian or lapis lazuli during meditation. Archetypes and guides present. The messenger, I knew that was coming. Bringer of divine downloads and activator of truth. The alchemist, transmuting grief into power and love into liberation. And the child, leading with joy and authenticity, not trauma. So keep that in mind. Take out a few clarifiers here. See who we got now. I love the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So some of us are choosing to be single. Hoping, we don't have any regrets about past relationships, childhood, marriage, or our divine unions or whatnot. Because it's like big on children and or unions. Okay. Or your abundance. Like, did I miss it? Did I miss one thing going for another thing? Look. And it's like change our perspective and our beliefs. It may be some outdated beliefs that are guiding our thoughts. So let's see. 1, 4. All right. That's nice. Okay, we got Temperance. Excuse me. It did come out in the reverse, but I'm just going to take this 10 of Cups. Okay. I want to take this 10 of Cups. And we'll see if there's additional messages for it may be a particular situation. Because it did. It was like upside down. All right. Now, the 10 of Cups and the Sun card together, one of the most uplifting, affirming, and radiant combinations in tarot, first of all. It is the energy of wholeness, happiness, and harmony. All right, the 10 of Cups represents emotional completion, deep love, and a soul family. Spiritual satisfaction. The Sun amplifies this joy, promising clarity, vitality, success, and childlike freedom. So together they speak a powerful combination of alignment. Now in your love life, it does speak to soul mate union, reunion, or next level relationships. The light is breaking through. If you've been waiting for clarity in love, this could be a confirmation. Now, in your purpose and career, this is that success that fulfills your spirit, not just your wallet, okay? You may be stepping into a career path that feels aligned, not just with your mind, but your heart and soul, and I think that that's super cool. Projects could bring vitality. The Sun and your impact could be felt by families, communities, or clients in heartfelt ways with the 10 of Cups. Now for your health and energy, if you've been recovering from emotional burnout or health challenges, this is a sign of renewal, happiness, and energetic elevation. The Sun restores confidence while the 10 of Cups brings peace. So again, more emphasis on Leo season. And also we have around a full moon in Cancer or Pisces within 10 days or 10 weeks from this reading, after eclipse, breakthroughs, and solstice portals. Okay, because I know the summer solstice is coming up. Could be some heart-to-heart honesty. Okay. Ouch. The 5 of Cups and the Hangman are here. And let's see what we have. Upright, too. They can bring a profound message of emotional release, a perspective shift, and surrendering to a higher path after loss or regret and disappointment. It's a period of processing grief, missed opportunities, or emotional letdowns, but with a sacred invitation to view it all from a new, higher lens. The 5 of Cups speaks to sorrow, focusing on what's gone and needing emotional closure. So that kind of sucks. The Hangman asks you to pause, reflect, and surrender control. That's important. You may not have the full picture yet. Let go of the story you're clinging to and allow space for the truth to be revealed, often from within. Now, it indicates heartbreak, regret, or unresolved pain in a relationship, especially if someone is stuck on the past. The Hangman suggests a period of non-action, separation, or an emotional pause, where both parties need to reflect and see things from the other's point of view. Healing requires patience and honesty. Right there. Release blame. True love may return or rise anew, but only after this necessary perspective shift. Okay, so that's very important. You may be mourning a missed opportunity in your purpose or career, a project that didn't succeed, or a role that no longer fulfills you. The hangman says, don't rush to fix it. Pause. Let the answers come through stillness, not force. This is a reorientational moment, one that may lead to a calling far beyond what you originally envisioned. The body may also be processing emotional weight or spiritual fatigue. Grief can manifest physically. The hangman encourages you to explore spiritual or holistic practices to realign, like breath work, Reiki, dream work, or time in nature. It's a karmic clearing phase. Something that once held emotional weight must be seen from the soul's perspective. You're being asked to surrender the story, feel the loss, and then reclaim your power. The hangman links to Pisces energy. Themes of compassion, endings, intuition, and sacrifice. Could be 5 days to 5 weeks of emotional reflection may be needed. A full or new moon in Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer could bring breakthroughs. And expect clarity after Neptune aspects or dream symbolism. And then, as I said, that got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So our fears keeping us up at night for somebody. Now with the Lovers, I saw the Sun card again. So that's interesting. But the Nine of Cups showed its face. And I feel like someone has chosen to show grace. All right. And the divine feminine of intelligence in confusion. If this is wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups with the Lovers, and I did see the Seven of Cups, just could point to having many options and your pick of the litter, okay? Or some sort of choosing from multiple, like, wishes. It also talks about bliss and happiness. Partnered, these two cards together form a beautiful and emotionally rich combination. Wish fulfillment, heartfelt alignment, and divine choices in love, values, and personal happiness. Now, the pair says your heart's desires are within reach, but the key is alignment. The Nine of Cups represents emotional satisfaction, personal joy, and wishes coming true. The Lovers adds a layer of choice, connection, and spiritual alignment. This could indicate the fulfillment of a deeply heartfelt goal, especially one involving love, values, or a life path decision. Ooh. You're on the threshold of getting exactly what you wish for, but it must be in alignment with your highest truth. Choose with your soul, not just your senses. This is an incredibly powerful love confirmation. It could represent a soulmate or twin flame union, a choice between two lovers, the manifestation of a long-awaited relationship, and a deepening of an existing bond into commitment. The Nine of Cups says that this is what your heart asks for. The Lover says that make sure it honors your growth, your values, and your higher self. See? With the Magician, I do see the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Cups pop back up, so that could have something to do with it. I see the Fool card also. Okay, you got two aces, and then Temperance came up right this time. Maybe something significant around a Sagittarius moon. Okay, or just a mystery, something to be revealed. The Ace of Wands, but it's interesting. Like, you did have the Ace of Pentacles first, so it's like something physical, but I guess it starts with this non-physical energy. I know it's also sometimes a trigger, so just be mindful. All right. For some of you, destiny, manifestation, new beginnings, raw creative power. It's like a green light. That's what okay. It's like a yes to a question. Some of you guys is like waiting to get to your answer card. But for the Ace of Wands, it's a definite yes. So it's like you've manifested an opportunity and like a green light or a go ahead. Maybe that's why you're going to be so happy. Like a decision is being made. May not be some of you making the choice, However, it's a divine green light, a cosmic yes signaling that you have everything you need to bring your vision to life. This is the initiation of something major, a project, passion, path of spiritual purpose. The Ace of Wands represents a fiery surge of inspiration, energy, and creative opportunity. The Magician reminds you that you already have the tools, talent, and timing to make it real. You're not waiting for the moment. You are the moment. What you desire is already within reach if you take inspired action now. Now, for some of you, this pair could speak to a new spark and a love connection, a fiery reconnection that's full of passion and potential. There's magnetism here, especially if it involves physical attraction and spiritual resonance. If you're single, this can mean you're manifesting a lover who reflects your empowered self. If partnered, this combination suggests reigniting the spark or starting a new chapter in your life. Okay, and for someone, you done went from the 9 swords child to the 10. So we're going to let that relationship rock or do what you like. But reigniting the spark with the 10 of swords on the table, look, may be foolish, but it's none of our business. Now, in your career and purpose, the energy of creation, entrepreneurship, leadership, or content creating is strong here. So that's kind of cool. You're likely at the beginning of something powerful, maybe launching a business, putting yourself out there, or stepping into a teacher or leader role. Okay, so channel your vision. Don't wait for permission. Act now while the energy is hot and the path is opening. For your health and energy, it's a high vitality kind of vibe, especially after a dormant period. You may be entering a time of enhanced energy and mental clarity. Create time to begin a new fitness or healing regimen, especially one involving movement, breath work, and creative expression. Now, for these cards, the associations, the astrology associations are with Mercury, with the Magician, and fire signs with the Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Best timing is during a waxing moon, Mercury in Aries or Leo, or the first 7 days of a new cycle. Manifestation window is 1 to 8 days from setting a clear intention. So let your mantra be, I am the spark, I am the channel, I am ready to create with passion, power, and purpose. Okay, so I hope you have your question or thoughts in mind. And we're going to shuffle out your card. Bottom of the deck, I saw Venus, beauty, artistry, and love. And one card for the collective. Let's go group 3 with our honesty and our seraphim and our 9 of cups, child, and 10 cups. And look at that cusp. I love a good cusp. Gemini, Leo cusp, Aquarius, Pisces cusp, or whatever your cusp is. Transition, liminality, and twilight. So it's like a blend of some sort. The cusp. It's like, you get that. And then how that melts into something that was on your mind, you put it there. Now just be mindful of resistance, struggle, and polarity. And maybe we can offset some of that with work, service, and health. So it's like we're trying to figure it out. And, that the Leo will do that to you because you got the grace of the lady in the card and the power and ego and might, as well as need for bravery with the animalistic aspect of it. Or maybe some of you, Leo is the answer, or maybe Leo season, child. I like that because it's coming up. You got a few months. All right. Well, group 3, it was a pleasure, and I do hope that it helps. Group 4. Hello, beautiful souls. And thank you guys for joining me. You guys have the heart chakra that is accompanied by Chrysocolla, earth, unconditional love, and cleanse. Very beautiful. Gemini, Virgo, Taurus energy. Venus, known for cleansing the aura of toxins. All right. It's a great crystal to use when experiencing high stress levels and burnout. The surface of the stone resembles pristine oceanic views. Okay. And this aerial vantage point helps you to gain perspective on situations hidden too close to home. Wow, that's a good one. Take a step back when those situations arise and remember to prioritize your needs first. Deeply connect to the energy of the earth. Chrysocolla reminds us to get in touch with our feminine side, the part of us connected to our capacity for unconditional love. I love that. I like it a lot. You also have kindness in the number 29. Okay, 9 and 2 is 11. I love that. The energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to Source. Okay? Want to do it, or want she? I mean, whatever Source is to you, because it's like Source sounds powerful. But then most, what do we want to call them? Most advanced individuals that we know often refer to Source being multiple people. Like I love Dolores Cannon. She calls it the SE. Well, I mean the subconscious, but it's like not just one energy, entity, answer, whatever. And maybe that's not Source. Maybe that's just the subconscious, but it's a rabbit hole. Either way, okay? The connection to Source is the breakthrough and the root to our love and kindness and feminine energy. So it's like, yeah, I like to connect the dots. I think I did. So you guys got 888. Now, out of all the groups so far, only 2 of you got angel numbers. Very powerful ones also. 888 is one of my favorites. Big money comes through 8s. And I'm loving it for you. Okay, even though we ain't talking about the money or physicalities. But look at the reward. This is a cosmic code. Alignment into a higher order of abundance. Love that. I am living a mandala of unique divine beauty. Oh my God, can I be group 4? I want to be in group 4 with y'all. That's beautiful. Now group 4, before we unpack, your energy has been pre-shuffled in the deck, I do believe. You have, I think it was 2 Pentacles, 10 Wands, 10 Pentacles, 8 Pentacles, something like that. And kindness was one of your oracle cards. Now, before we end your session, we will be pulling one like answer card. So go ahead and set the intention for some clarity on something. And then we're going to use tarot clarifiers for the tarot cards that were pre-shuffled for you. So we'll go ahead and get into it now. The heart chakra governs love, forgiveness, compassion, and self-worth. Okay, when it's balanced, we feel connected to others and ourselves, capable of giving and receiving freely. When imbalanced, you may feel abandoned, overly guarded, codependent, or chronically people-pleasing. Chrysocolla soothes the heart and encourages emotional release and helps you speak with love, even when setting firm boundaries. Now, your affirmation today is, I am worthy of love that nourishes and honors my truth. My heart is sacred and whole. Okay. Let me make sure I was right. Look at that. I am. So far, we got a 2, a 10, another 10, and 8. 8s are very significant for you guys. And I love that for you. There's change. For some of you, relocation. And maybe relocating for work. I like that. I mean, it's exciting, right? I don't know how long you have followed this channel, but I relocate for work, for air, for, for good weather, for, I was gonna, can I, I'm not, I was gonna say for fuck's sake, can I say that? Don't worry about it. I said it. All right, so it's a beautiful thing. And with that, I have been, because I've been in California for some time now. I'm from Texas, by the way. Woot, woot. But I was like, ooh, a lot of people in my inner circle, Sedona keeps coming up, right? And I've taken some courses and getting degrees and taking different, approaches to divinity, spirituality, and science. And I was like, maybe I should just go down there for a while and just do some spiritual stuff for no reason. What else am I doing? The next stop is international, right? My son wants to go to Japan, and he's like infatuated with the city lights of New York, so we will travel for no reason. So group 4, traveling and relocating could be significant for some of you. It doesn't have to be for all of you. So do something fun with that abundance, okay? Now, you've been balancing way too much for too long, okay? See, that's why I said everybody ain't trying to move around. You've been moving around or, balancing things. And it creates emotional exhaustion, spiritual burnout, and potentially a lack of clarity on what you actually want anymore. The 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands speaks of overextension. Okay, you're carrying burdens that were never yours, likely inherited beliefs or childhood survival mechanisms. There's a heavy sense that you've been expected to hold everything together, even while falling apart inside. Okay, that sucks. But here's the powerful shift of the 10 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, which brings a message of generational breakthrough and earned stability. You're just not in survival mode anymore. You're building something meant to last. Now, this group is reclaiming their self-worth by no longer performing for love. You're learning that you don't have to prove your value to be prioritized. Okay? Now, in your love and relationships, you've likely experienced emotional abandonment or relationships where your needs were dismissed or minimized. Someone in your life, possibly early in childhood, taught you that love had to be earned or maintained through overgiving. Now, this spread says that you are now like in your own safe place. As you reparent your heart, new love begins to reflect stability and tenderness that you've always deserved. You may also be ending karmic cycles and calling your energy back from people who took it without reciprocity. Once you do, your soul-aligned connections arrive, strong-rooted and generous. So I love that for you guys. Your love isn't too much. It's just been misplaced. Your heart rests, then open again. So that's kind of cool. Now, for those of my career and purpose babes here, the 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles highlight a major mastery phase in your work or purpose path. You're building wealth through emotional intelligence, craft, or legacy work, possibly through healing, counseling, teaching, or ancestral work. The message here is you don't need to do it all alone. Ask for help, delegate, and receive. Okay? I think my puppy's snoring again. We're just gonna excuse his teeny tiny masculinity. The 2 of Pentacles says a financial decision or career opportunity is coming soon. Love that. Choose the one that honors your well-being, not just the paycheck. The timing for you all on some of these matters would be Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus season. Eclipse portals and new moons may trigger powerful shifts in what you value and how you're compensated. Watch for movement in earth sign transits and during the first quarter moon. Now we're going to dig into your health and body wisdom. Now, heart chakra imbalances may show up as fatigue or heaviness in the chest, tight shoulders or upper body pain, suppressed grief, unexpressed anger, feeling unworthy of care or support. Now, to realign, cry. Let those tears release what words can't. Place the chrysocali or rose quartz on the heart. Practice mirror work affirming, I love and accept myself. Some of the archetypes here are the caregiver, healing the wound of overgiving and learning to receive. The elder, building legacy wealth and wisdom from lived experience. And the alchemist, turning burden into breakthrough and pain into purpose. Now we're going to pull some clarifiers for you, group 4. And don't forget to have your intention set on your answer card. I'm going to start with the 2 Pentacles. Some of you guys, that change is really good. And or the balancing is mostly energy work. Now you have the Ace of Wands, so that's a yes to a question, an answer. The 2 of Pentacles could also talk about like gaining momentum. So I love that. And for some of you, it may be a new idea, a new connection, or just like, fertility in a project or finances. So that's always good news. I love that. This is, earth and fire energy? Excuse me. And could signify a change on the horizon. Now, for some of you, this is in collaboration with, like I said, a surge of inspired opportunity, and it may require balance. So while some have been working hard, balancing it all, others of us, this thing requires balance, prioritization, and focused action. It's a message of creative momentum and managing multiple potentials or paths, especially when juggling responsibilities. Okay, that's an art. The Ace of Wands is the spark, a new idea, passion, relationship, or community that brings excitement and energy. The 2 of Pentacles shows you may be trying to balance this new beginning alongside other obligations like work, finances, or relationships. Now, a powerful door is opening. To walk through it fully, you'll need to reorganize your time, energy, and priorities. For those of you in love and relationships, a new passionate connection entering your life, one that's exciting but may require emotional or practical juggling. If you're single, you may be balancing options or hesitant about fitting a new relationship into your lifestyle. If partnered, this combo could represent rekindled intimacy or starting a project together but needing to manage shared responsibilities. So make time for what sets your soul on fire. Don't let love get lost in the busyness of life. For the career and purpose, babes, and bros out there, this is a green light for a new job, project, side hustle, or business idea. But you'll need to stay organized and flexible. The Ace says go for it, and the 2 says, but manage your energy wisely. You may be multitasking or at a decision point between 2 paths. The tip is time block, delegate, and trust your gut on what to prioritize. Don't stretch too thin. Focus will bring success. Now, as for health, rest and grounding. Burnout is possible if you don't check in with your body. So bring in breath work, yoga, or movement-based meditations. For astrological and timing, earth and fire combo would be like Aries, Leo, Sag, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And for your timing, a good timing would be a quarter moon for action and alignment. So you have within 2 days or 2 weeks of making a decision or action. Ooh, look, y'all got a lot of wands. Look at that. This is definitely a trip or moving. For some of you, it's like heavy lifting and actual like tools and packages or something like that, furniture and stuff like that. Maybe some of you are going to be working on that. Receiving some information about that. Okay. Let's see what we have here with this with the 10 of Wands. Is that the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles? Okay. That's an interesting combination. You have 7 Wands and 10 Wands. Okay, just trying to see if I see anything else. All right. Now, this speaks to resilience and determination and the burden of leadership or responsibility. You may be defending your position or beliefs while also feeling weighed down by responsibilities or expectations. You've come this far, but it may feel like everything is resting on your shoulders. So you're strong enough to carry it, but don't have to carry it out alone. Delegation, boundaries, and discernment are essential now. Now, for your love and relationship, you or your partner may be under pressure, perhaps fighting to make the relationship work, or feeling burdened by external responsibilities. There could be issues of defensiveness, burnout, and emotional load. This combo could also suggest that one person doing all the emotional labor or needing to prove themselves constantly. Now, the advice is open communication, shared responsibilities, and checking in on each other's emotional capacity are key. For your career and life path, you may be in a leadership or pioneering position, pushing a vision forward despite obstacles. The 7 of Wands says you've earned your position, but the 10 of Wands warns of overwork, stress, and doing too much alone. This may be a turning point, so keep climbing, but lighten your load. Okay, now for its energy work, time to rest, release, and replenish. And strong emphasis on Aries, Leo, Sagittarius within 7 to 10 days and aligning with Saturn transits. For your 10 of Pentacles, okay, you have the 7 of Cups, and I did also see the Queen of Cups look, and you got the 7 of Swords, so you got 77. I wonder what is significant with Justice at the bottom of the deck. While the 10 of Pentacles represents legacy, family, wealth, and long-term stability, and the end of a goal and material wealth, even generational success, the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Swords get a layered story about protecting your legacy and guarding your energy, and navigating tricky or hidden dynamics, especially around money, family, or shared resources. You may be working hard to build a lasting foundation, but not everyone around you may be trustworthy or aligned with your values. You may feel like you're defending your progress while also having to outsmart or keep distance from deceptive energies. This combo says discerning about who has access to your inner circle, finances, and family plans. You are gatekeeping, okay? You are the gatekeeper of your legacy, so keep that in mind. In your love and relationships, if you're in a relationship, this may suggest protecting your relationship from outside interference or having conversations around trust, loyalty, and long-term visions. If single, it could suggest you're cautious about who to build with and not willing to settle for just somebody who doesn't share your deeper values or intentions. There could be family interference or past betrayals influencing current decisions. So for money and career, it can indicate competition, workplace politics, or strategic moves. To protect your finances or business, you may be in a position of success, but you're fighting to keep it and being wise about who you share your plans with. There could be an inheritance, shared estate, or family business dynamic that needs careful navigation. Let's see what we have. The 2 sevens talk about spiritual trial or initiation. You did have Justice at the bottom of the deck. The timing could be 7 days, 7 weeks, or possibly during a waning moon, cutting away what no longer supports the legacy. Ooh, look at that. Some of this no longer supports. You got the Devil, the Sword, and the 3 of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So we slaying dragons. It's spiritual work and clarity, okay, decisiveness. With the 8 of Pentacles, let's see what we have here. I see the 4 Wands. That's good stuff. You got the 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and Hermit at the bottom of the deck. This could signify something great. Now, unpacking this layered combination, the 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and 5 of Pentacles with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck tell a very clear and soulful story. We're being shown the contrast between hard work and reward, and the emotional cost and wounds of exclusion or lack. The Hermit underneath it all suggests a soul search, a time of inner alignment and rediscovery of what truly matters. You may have worked diligently toward a goal, longing for success, stability, or even a union, but a fear or reality of abandonment, scarcity, or being on the outside looking in is still lingering. The Hermit shows this is not just circumstantial, it's a spiritual calling to heal old wounds that still influence how you show up. So this could reflect overworking to prove your worth, celebrating wins without feeling secure, a push and pull between external and internal isolation. For your love and relationships, you may be putting in the work to build something lasting or attracting someone who is. Love that. The Four of Wands suggests a union, celebration, or shared goals. But the Five of Pentacles warns of emotional unavailability, old wounds, or past rejection still cast in the shadow. All right. You're developing a craft or discipline with care. Possibly working toward a milestone, promotion, or stability. Be mindful of feeling undervalued or unsupported. There could be financial pressure, or you may be doing work that doesn't yet feel fulfilling. Okay. Then we're going to pull your advice or answer card. Ooh, you got the fixed square, action, momentum, and dedication. See, I knew that the Two of Pentacles is the momentum. So I love that. Let's get a card shuffled out. Okay. It kind of stuck on my finger like that was the answer. It's a square. It's like the Emperor. All right. One card for the collective of group 4. Okay, say one card. You give me a few. We have wisdom, skill, self-defense. That's the Seven of Wands. Discipline, tenacious, resilience. You did get Capricorn to come out in the shuffle. And you also have, Spirit was trying to speak through that square. First quarter moon, momentum, initiative, and magnetism. All right, group 4. And I do hope that that helped. Welcome, beautiful souls. Let's dive into the bold, radiant energy of your group 5. The Bumblebee Jasper, Solar Plexus, the group of confidence, personal power, and divine timing. If you felt held back or underestimated, this group is your call to step into your spotlight because you are more than enough. And it's time that the world knows it. Now, group 5 with the Bumblebee Jasper and Solar Plexus, it governs your sense of self, personal power, and will purpose. It's the center of your identity and how you show up in the world. When aligned, you radiate magnetic confidence. When blocked, it can manifest as digestive issues, self-doubt, or a fear of failure and anger. Bumblebee Jasper brings focus, vitality, and motivation. It supports transformation, helping you chase goals with clarity and boldness. I have a few affirmations for you guys this week, and yours is, I am confident, capable, and worthy of success. I take action in alignment with my divine mission. You have this beautiful crystal. I absolutely love it. Isn't that unique? Okay. Pollination, willpower, and new ideas. It connects to Leo and Sun energy. Sting like a bee, Bumblebee Jasper enhances creativity and helps to pollinate ideas, bringing them to life. This stone gives off a fighting spirit, having been formed in a volcano and containing a strong earthy energy that connects with willpower of the solar plexus. Bumblebee Jasper also assists in alleviating allergies, soothing irritations, and nurturing one's overall health. It encourages you to create a buzz, to let yourself be seen and heard for who you are and whatever new projects you're working on. Take pleasure in your gifts, okay? I think I might order me some Bumblebee Jasper. Thank you, Group 5. I want to share this with you guys. Now, your mantra is beautiful. Okay, for one, I enter the sacred solar mandala, receiving the 9 rays of blessing, bathing my entire multidimensional being in divine radiance. Now, there were only 2 of the 7 groups so far that received numerology in their message. And so I'm going to say that 9 may be significant for some of you guys. And look at the synchronicity. You go from 9 to 10 with authority. Very beautiful. I see the trifecta there, okay? Because they say the soul or the high priestess energy also rests somewhere in the upper belly. So look at that. Okay, check you guys out. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is power, directed and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. See, I knew that divine feminine was going to come in there. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so to set the expectations, I have shuffled out the cards in your energy, so don't worry about that. You do have tarot, and we're going to take some clarifiers. And before the end of your reading, I'm going to pull a question personally for you, so set the intentions for some news you can use. I do believe you guys had you had a couple of 6s, so that could be significant to some of you. The 6 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, 6 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles, I believe. And let's see if I'm right. And I'm right. Okay, so I'm kind of jealous. One of my favorite cards in the entire deck is the 6 of Wands, matched with you can match it with anything, really, but matched with the Star card, and you are looking at fame and fortune, baby. Well, with the Wheel of Fortune. But I love appreciation, recognition, having your day, having your time, like a parade being thrown for you. This is not just you knowing you're great, but your greatness being honored and accepted, period, right? So I think that that's super cool. We're going to go over some general interpretations. We will speak on love and relationships, as well as career and purpose, timing, and your health and body wisdom. So remember, we talked about that. We'll cover some archetypes or possible guides that may be present along your journey, and then close with some mantras and some news you can use, okay? Because I love news that could be used clearly, all right? And I super appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Don't forget that you can subscribe to my sister channel, okay? Distant Healing with Dr. MB. If you are interested in receiving free distant healing only from my subscribers, I am taking 25 clients for a past life regression session and hypnosis therapy. So check the description box for more details, and hurry up because I can't take all y'all. All right. So starting with your spread here, and we will be taking clarifiers with the gold foil cards. Your group is entering a season of recognition, reward, and restoration, but not without doing the inner work first. The 6 of Pentacles says you've given a lot, sometimes too much, without receiving equal in return. Now this energy is shifting. With the Page and the 6 of Wands, you're about to be seen, celebrated, and rewarded for your creativity, courage, and ideas. But here's your spiritual checkpoint. The 4 of Pentacles warns against shrinking back into old fears or scarcity thinking when things start to go right. You're not here to just survive. You're here to thrive and inspire. Release control and let abundance flow. Now for the love and relationship crew, if you felt ignored or overlooked in love, the 6 of Wands signals someone is finally seeing your worth, or you are finally seeing your own and no longer settling for breadcrumbs. This could be a relationship rekindled with more equality and spark. The Page of Wands, or someone new who's inspired by your fire. However, the 4 of Pentacles says, don't self-sabotage by shutting down or playing it small. All right. Health and healthy love is reciprocal. It's fun as well. So keep that in mind. Let it be both. The message is to make space for admiration and passion. Don't cling, don't chase. Attract by being rooted in your worth. For your career and purpose, you're on the brink of a breakthrough, promotion, or public success. Your gifts are being noticed. If you're a creative, entrepreneur, or healer, this is your sign to launch, post, pitch, or publish. The Six of Wands brings spotlight energy. Your time to lead, to share your message, or be the face of something bigger. Just remember, don't let success harden you. Stay generous. The Six of Pentacles is curious, Page of Wands, and aware when you're holding on to outdated ideas or fear of losing it all. Now, as far as timing, we have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries season here. Mars transits for bold moves, and expect movement during full moons and fire signs or major Mars-Jupiter conjunctions. For your health and body wisdom, the solar plexus imbalances may show up as digestive issues, stomach tension, adrenal fatigue, burnout from overachieving or perfection, feeling unseen, insecure, or overly controlling. To realign, core strengthening and breath work. Visualize gold light in your belly center. Journal prompts could read, where am I giving too much? What do I need to take up more space? Now, the archetypes and guides present: the warrior, taking decisive action, reclaiming your place. The performer, being celebrated for your gifts and presence. And the inner child, letting joy and curiosity guide your path. You're never too much. You were just waiting for the right stage. Now is your time to shine. Not because of ego, but because the world needs your light. Say yes to being seen. Say yes to support. And say yes to thriving. Okay? And we're going to see what other goodies you have here. Group 5. All right. I think that's the first time the moon, the Six of Pentacles, have come out together for this particular spread. Now, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Wands. And this combination is filled with mystery, energy exchanged, intuition, and hidden motivations. It invites a deeper inquiry into your relationships, giving and receiving, and what lies beneath the surface. The moon reveals illusion, dreams, subconscious fears, emotional waves, and intuitive whispers. The Six of Pentacles speaks to balance, especially around giving and receiving, charity, assistance, depth, or energetic reciprocity. Together, the pair suggests that your current relationship or life situation involves a spiritual or energetic contract that may not be fully seen or understood yet. There may be imbalances in power, attention, or energy, and your intuition is trying to guide you toward equilibrium. This can represent a relationship where one person gives more than the other, or where the balance is shifting. There may be unspoken emotions, hidden desires, and uncertainty about the future. You may be feeling emotionally generous or possibly receiving attention that feels confusing or conditional. Now, the moon encourages you to trust your gut, especially if something feels off or unclear. It's also a deep, romantic, and dreamy influence, but one that requires grounded clarity. Ask yourself, are you giving from love or obligation? Are you receiving what you truly deserve? For your career and money, this could point to hidden financial dynamics, a delayed payout, or uncertainty around whether you're being fairly compensated. If you're waiting for a raise, settlement, or support, it's coming, but clarity is needed in agreements. Also, a sign of spiritual or creative work being offered and supported, possibly through unconventional or divinely guided channels, dreams, signs, or even soul-based exchanges. Love that. You are clearing karmic debts, possibly from past lives or ancestral lines. The moon asks you to look into the subconscious patterns that affect how you give and receive energy, love, and resources. Now, the moon governs subconscious, hormonal cycles, sleep patterns, and emotional health. The Six of Pentacles, physical balance, blood sugar, and energy distribution. The timing and astrological correspondence will be the moon aligns with Pisces or Cancer energy, and this combination suggests movement during the full moon or around the new moon in Libra or Pisces. Your timing could be 6 days or 6 weeks to clarity, and it could be linked to karmic timing where something returns from the past to be rebalanced. All right. Now with your Page of Wands, I did see Scorpio. Ooh, and a lot of wands. I saw the 7 1, 8 wands, Hierophant, Jesus Christ, 9 wands. Let's see what the Page of Wands is about here. Okay, one definite card, because there was a lot of cards just wanted to hang out. Could be a child for some of you, okay, because they do be playing. Bottom of the deck, there's the 9 of Swords, the World card, the 8 of Cups. It's like, we're going to get it together. So the Page of Wands and the Fool card. Let's take a look at this combination. Now, it looks like it's a powerful new beginning, fresh energy that's bold, enthusiastic, and divinely inspired. Entering a phase of spontaneity where it meets passion, and the universe is asking, are you ready to leap? Even before all the details are clear. The Fool is the sacred initiator, innocent, trusting, willing to begin. The Page of Wands is the messenger of creative fire, youthful, inspired, and ready to explore. Together, this combination says a new chapter is coming, driven by soul curiosity, courage, and divine alignment. Expect synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, or even a spiritual calling that demands your yes without guarantees. Now, for your love and relationships, this could indicate a brand new connection or a refreshing new dynamic in an existing one. It's light, playful, curious, and not weighed down by past emotional baggage. This is flirtation, freedom, and passion without attachment, but with potential. If you're single, you may meet someone in an unexpected setting, perhaps while traveling, starting something new, or doing something spontaneous. And I did see the 8 of Wands and the World card. Ooh. Now this combo points to a creative project, new path, or message you're meant to share. It may not be fully formed yet, but the excitement is real. You might be starting a new role or business venture, a course of study in something spiritually or creatively meaningful, a soul mission you can't ignore anymore. This is not the time to wait for perfection. It's time to follow the pull of your spirit. For your health and energy, you may feel surges of excitement and restlessness, or the urge to move. Honor it with a light physical activity, dance, or breath work. It also could be a signal of a fresh start in health routines, energetic healing, or a youthful renewal of your body physically. Astrological timing would be Aries, Sagittarius, or Uranus transits, radical shifts, solar eclipses, or movements when the sun enters a fire sign. The timing is 0 to 11 days from now, or during a significant solar lunar event. Now, for the solar plexus or root confidence, freedom, and grounded with joy, some of you can also look into carnelian, citron, and sunstone. Now with this 6 of Swords, it may be a little bit of competition, okay, or a need for competitiveness. It also shows youth sports, and like I said, children, because I did see the 5 of Wands, so just be mindful of that. Now, the archetype is the Queen of Cups. Here we also have the Queen of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. So the Queen of Cups and the 6 of Wands. I love that combination, and also seeing the Queen of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles in the deck, because it does speak to like your personal and family life versus like the work life, or balancing those loads. Okay. Now the pairing speaks to emotional mastery being recognized, a quiet leader who is finally being seen, celebrated, and validated for her inner work and compassionate power. The Queen of Cups is initiative, nurturing, emotionally wise, heart-centered, and often deeply spiritual. She leads from empathy. The 6 of Wands, public victory, success, after challenge, recognition, and others finally seeing your value. Together, they say your emotional depth, okay, not depth, and healing work are being rewarded. You are being lifted into a new cycle of respect, visibility, and energetic elevation. For your love and relationships, being recognized as someone's one, okay? Emotional maturity is finally meeting someone who sees it and values it. Self-love, um, journey reaching a milestone. And now you're calling in relationships that reflect that healed state. A partner might finally acknowledge your emotional debt, and you're attracting someone who admires your heart first nature. This is emotional and intimate, plus public celebration. Could point to engagement, wedding, or taking a private connection into a more public space. Career or purpose, babes, because I was going to say girlies, but YouTube said I got a lot of guy subscribers. That's kind of dope. For you guys and girls, you're being recognized for the healing you bring, your intuition, creativity, or emotional intelligence. Whether you work in the arts, wellness, healing, coaching, or caregiving. And I knew that was going to come up when I saw the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, like, because I would have thought like a nurse or a caregiver would have been the Queen of Cups, but it's actually the Queen of Pentacles. And I was like, okay. So when I see them together, that, it makes more sense when I think of caregiving and healing and all that kind of stuff. So this is a success rooted in authenticity and deep soul work, okay, for you. Now, it could also indicate a promotion or spotlight, praise, or emotional leadership, winning by standing in your truth, and it is a yes to stepping forward. So I think that that's super dope. Now your energy returns because you've cleared emotional baggage and released patterns that drain you. I want to see what this Four of Pentacles is about, and it's a good time to focus. All right, now the Queen of Cups connects to Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Six of Wands to Leo, pride, recognition, public identity. Timing could be 6 days to 6 weeks, possibly under a full moon in Cancer or Leo. Divine timing, you've passed an emotional test, and you're ready for harvest season. Love that. All right, now for those of you that resonate with this, then you may also want to watch the heart chakra session. So I think that's group 3. And also look into rose quartz, green aventurine, for emotional energy flow, healing, and receptivity. Okay? Oh, look at that. It's definitely a young energy. You got the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords, and it's like Spirit didn't want me to go past that. So it's like, okay, maybe there's an offer of some sort. With the Page of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, and like I said, the Page of Swords for some of you, so there could be a letter of some sort of communication or something to watch out for, right? The Four of Pentacles adds an important dimension of stability, boundaries, and energetic holding to your spread. The Trio of cards, okay, reflects someone who has done deep emotional healing, as we discussed, starting with the Queen of Cups, and it's starting to be seen and celebrated with the Six of Wands. Now, the Four of Pentacles would point more to setting boundaries and protecting your energy, to not hoard love, time, or trust out of fear, to know that you're safe to expand. Someone who may be emotionally invested but guarded, and this could be you. The Queen of Cups is all heart, but the Four of Pentacles says, let me see if this is safe first, right? So if you're single and you're calling in someone who sees your worth, but be mindful of your emotional walls. You're being seen and maybe even compensated in your career and purpose, holding on to a job or role out of fear of change. So just, be mindful of that. Being offered financial reward, but needing to assess its energetic cost. Okay, nobody does that. Maybe we should, because the most overworked people, like nurses, I don't care if you cut hair, if you're a barber or whatever, it's like, I work 27-hour shifts. And make more money than I have time to spend, but they ain't quit yet, so it's like why are you telling us? No, I'm just playing. But I just noticed that a lot of my friends and family members that work in healthcare, they do have crazy hours, and they may complain about it, but I don't feel like they would change it for anything. But it's still like they're, because it's like some some of us gripe. I was gonna say all humans gripe, but I'm trying not to like single out or belittle humans or whatnot. But it does seem like all humans gripe. So for the healthcare practitioners that I know, they are amazing and adorable, but gripe about I get I get paid so much and can't even spend it. Can't take time off. And then they travel. Oh my God, the traveling nurses, they meet so many people, do so many things, and can afford every step of the way. But, I mean, you're traveling, so you're missing family. God forbid you're married and have children at home. It's just like truck drivers. I'd be like, why do y'all take those jobs? Because I have to, but I miss my family, and it's hard. And I'm like, but you purposefully took a job that requires you to be gone. Just like when people go to the military and leave their children and husbands and wives at home. I'm like, maybe I see something with my gift of discernment that most wouldn't see. Okay, and let me shut my mouth because I could have some people in the audience like, yeah, okay, we blocking her. So sorry about that. The Page of Cups as an offer. For some of you, I do like that. That's the inheritance. That's something to hold on to. That's some extra money that you could save, okay, and put back in the bank. It's a tender beginning, and since we have the Fool here, or an invitation, all right? So in love, it's a romantic gesture or an apology, and I think that's super sweet. In your career, in your purpose, it's a creative opportunity, a new path opening, or a job offer. And then for health and emotional wellness, it's support, reconnection, and also a slow down and soften to receive. Now for some of you, 7 to 11 days in a new moon, Pisces energy, dreamy, romantic, intuitive, and sometimes to indicate spring energy. So aren't we currently in spring? All right. Before we get out of the summer now, ask your question. We are about to land, okay, on what Spirit has to say about your thoughts. All right, so collectively, let's see what we have for our blues clues. The news you could use. All right. I'm going to pull from the top. And we have the Square. Competition, tension, and disharmony. Yikes. Because that 5 of Wands was in your shuffle but did not come out. Okay. It's all right. We also have 4th house with family, roots, and foundation. Oh, man. All right. So be mindful of that. And then we have Cancer in the center. So it's like I have to win at all costs. All right. Well, I mean, every dog has their day. Follow your North Node. Okay, that's probably some news you could use. Destiny, purpose, and activation. I love North Node because it tells you about the attributes that could help guide to win this lifetime. And the South Node, they say, tells you a lot about your past life, which I also love to dig into those clues or whatnot. So that is what I have, Group 5, and I hope that it helps. Welcome to the transformational essence of Group 6 with Wolfenite. Isn't that beautiful? For your sacral chakra, where emotional release meets creative rebirth. This group is for those who are healing heartbreak, reclaiming sensuality, and redefining the way they relate to intimacy, joy, and desire. Also, okay, because somebody, I just know it, said, oop, wrong card. It is not. We have the powerful number 8 for alchemy. One of my most favorite concepts, okay, in this dimension. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracle of transmutation. Okay, because I'm an observer, right? And when I see questions being asked, would you do this lifetime over again? Would you reincarnate with the same parents, with the same partners, etc.? I was shocked and also troubled by the number of people that were just like sharing their grievances. Of course not, and forget them and forget that. And I went within and said, God, do you see this? It kind of, I don't know. I want to say hurt my feelings, but it wasn't like that. It was just, oh, wow. Right. And then it made me say, well, where do you stand? And then, of course, with my Aquarius moon, I didn't want to stand with everyone else. So I immediately forgave and accepted, and stood above the crowd with my grievances, because what are they? And I just like to retain or be a vessel for higher vibrations on this planet. So it's just like, unfortunately, sometimes I just, you can't, it's like we had a reading. I think it was group 3 had honesty. So it's like, honesty is great, but once you move through honesty, my favorite part is intelligence and acceptance. So it's like, what is true is true, but how you perceive it, how you carry it, what you feel about it, what it did to you, and what you become, that's just, it's a whole other appetizer. So anyway, just wanted to share that as we talk about transmutation. If you, are like many of the 8 billion people on this planet that say, I wouldn't do this again, I ain't coming back, I don't like them, I'm not doing this, I'm not, where I'm supposed to be, or I know who I am, and life isn't giving me that, and or I'm perfectly fine and happy just looking to increase or perfect thyself or rise and ascend, whatever you into, change, right? I want to hocus pocus, because the card decks could have been stacked against me, my ancestors, wink wink, whoever. And I won't settle for that. I mean, again, could be the Aquarius moon, could be the Sagittarius South Node, I don't know. But I just refuse to accept defeat. Whether it was inherited or stumbled upon. And group 5, you may be the same way, because no other group got a spill before their spill. So somebody needed to hear that. I think, can I say this? Hopefully no one else sneaks into your reading. And orange isn't even my favorite color, but I kind of think this is like the prettiest stone. I mean, I don't know if it's the prettiest, but it is the most unique. All of the crystals are absolutely breathtaking, especially the one in the heart chakra reading. And then the bumblebee jasper in the previous group was kind of cute, but kind of weird. Anyway, this is very unique. How often do you see beautifully, naturally formatted crystals that are orange? Okay. Now, Wolfenite talks about, oh, look at this. Your journey, past life, and soul contracts. That is perfect for the sacral region, because they say that's where all the cords and connections are. Clip mine, burn them. And I'm just, oh my God, I'm just not going to have any friends by the end of this video. But I often see like content creators using scissors to do cut cord videos. And I used to be not in favor of it until I came across this one lady, and it was something about the way she did it. I connected with that video, and I actually felt like relief. So I was like, I'm going to shut my mouth and stop being, so Gemini, Aquarius, when it comes to perceiving, right? I had a newfound respect for it. However, I do know for a fact that those cords and connections are from an external dimension. Unless you have an external dimension right? Unless you got some ascended masters and archangels or fairies and demons, whoever you into, wherever they at, that cord ain't cutting with them scissors from the CVS. And I also know that they do it, the cord dissolves itself or transmutes itself with a change in perspective, how you're wired, your neurological system, and so on and so forth. And so I do a great deal of my studies and personal work with Metatron, a lot of the rays of God or whoever, whatever you're into. I get into all that, and they all have a message and concepts. Once those concepts are mastered, your perspective may change. You rewire yourself. You're not the same person, and there's no need for those life experiences. Your aura changes, and you start to attract different things. Those are the scissors. So if you ever want to talk about it, we can talk about it. However, this particular card talks about the journey, and it has just begun, okay? Because we 7 minutes into our video, I ain't got into one tarot card, and you got some. They were pre-shuffled with your energy, so don't worry when I pull from the top. You have your mantra card. We're going to pull clarifiers and set the intentions. Before the end of your video, you're going to get an advice card. So a question you have or just anything you're curious about, go ahead and set that intention. Now, this card opens you up for future communications with the spirit world. It also aids in past life recognition, helping you see soul contracts that you've made in this lifetime, facilitating the karmic union and completing a cycle once the lesson has been learned. Wolfenite is a powerful past life healing stone, resolving any issue that need to be faced and regaining magic lost in past lives to be used here and now. Sagittarius. Okay, maybe that's what's on fire right now. It's also Venus-Mars energy. So I think that is super dope. Your mantra. Very beautiful. From this beautiful deck of... What are they? I'm going to put it in the description box. So anyway. Cleansed and energized. Love that. The sacral chakra births radical loving change to transform potential into paradise, dreams into destiny. I will say group 5. The other groups, their card did not specifically call out the chakra that was associated with their group. So the fact that you guys did, and your sacred geometry card as well as your mantra card both point to transforming and transmutation. That can't be a coincidence. So I love that for you all, my alchemists or whatnot. Now with your tarot, I do believe you had lots of cups, pentacles, wands, and swords. 6 swords, 10 wands, the ace of cups, which is dope. I think you had, let me see, it's here. The page of cups, the ace of cups, the 10, is it the 10? Yep, 10 wands, 6 of swords. Okay. And sometimes it speaks to an alliance. So some of you guys, there could be a friend that you meet in crossing. Like you guys are both on a path. I think this is the friend because this was you. For some of you, this is you and this is the friend. So just be mindful of that along the way, right? You're both working on something. So that should be pretty cool. Now, just briefly, we'll speak on the sacral chakra itself. It governs emotions, sensuality, intimacy, creative flow, and pleasure. When in balance, you feel emotionally expressive, artistically inspired, and open to healthy relationships. But when blocked, this can manifest as guilt, repression, fear of intimacy, emotional issues, or physical issues in the reproductive organ. Now, Wolfenite helps you navigate emotional trauma and energetic entanglements. It's a powerful ally. See, shout out to those online tarot courses, that I took and created. Because it's like, yeah, that's why I said a friend of some sort. These things, something here is going to be your best friend. A thought, a concept, an idea, something you take away from this, or like I said, someone you guys could meet in the near future along the way. But you're breaking powerful cycles of emotional codependency and reigniting passion in your life. You have an affirmation for this week. I feel deeply, create freely, and receive love and pleasure without guilt. Okay? Now, you're currently undergoing a deep emotional detox, and it could suggest that you've been holding on to past pain, outdated emotional beliefs, or guilt around expressing your needs. But now, a wave of new energy is approaching. Bring emotional renewal, self compassion, and possibly a new relationship or creative project into your environment. This is your rebirth moment. You're not too sensitive. You're in tuned and attuned. You're not too much. You're divine. Now, one of my favorite cards is the Six of Swords, and it says that you're moving away from emotional trauma and into calmer waters. Some of you guys could be considering relocating, or possibly already have, or just may have been detached or isolated from those cords, okay, and things that you're healing from. Now, we're going to go through love and relationship, career and purpose, as well as timing and your health and body wisdom. We'll also cover potential guides that are in your presence and archetypes, like who you are, okay? Now, for the love and relationship aspect, your group is doing serious, like, soul level cleansing on emotional baggage, especially in relationships. You may have been involved in connections where your emotions were minimized, or where you had to suppress your needs to keep the peace. Now, some of the cards suggest that a new love opportunity or a reconnection to one that feels emotionally available and kind. But first, release the past. Some of you are moving on after a long karmic cycle of disappointment with the Ten of Wands and the Six of Swords. Learning that true intimacy begins with vulnerability, not sacrifice. And your message is that emotional intelligence is it's your gift. Okay? Don't let the past keep you guarded. The love you're worthy of begins with the love you give yourself. Okay? Now, for your career and purpose, creativity is reborn within you. If you've been creatively blocked or uninspired, Wolfenite's message is clear. Your next breakthrough comes through emotional release. Okay? Now, our Page of Cups is a heart-led opportunity or collaboration, possibly an offer that brings joy back to your workflow. If you're working on emotional healing, expect new inspiration to flow as you let go of pressure. Now, the timing for you guys in this particular reading would be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio seasons. New moons for fresh emotional starts. Full moons for release rituals. Mercury and water signs support emotional conversations and inspired writing. Now, for your health and body wisdom, the sacral chakra blocks may show up as reproductive issues, low libido, pelvic tension, creative blocks, mood swings, or emotional suppression, guilt around pleasure or rest. And to realign, dance. Consider water therapy, breath work, sacral crystal grid, or moonstone baths, self-touch rituals for reclaiming power and autonomy and trust. Very interesting. Archetypes and guides that may be in your presence. The empath. Oh my God, this is so cool. See, I think this is why I'm like connecting to you guys, because I'm like a big sister to this collective, because it was like one of my first hurdles. So I'm really good at it. And I think I just connect with the past life crowd, the healing crowd, the you got this crowd, and helping people rip themselves away from it, because it can be hard, but it wasn't that hard for me. So it's like God said, okay, let her, she can help with this, because I don't care about who you are, how old you are, and what you are to me, baby. I would write you off and send you packing. And that is abnormal and really hard for humans to do. But I don't think about the title of the person. I consider their behaviors, and how beneficial or unfavorable it is to me. So anyway, I got excited for a second because your guys' archetypes are so cool. Like none of the other groups had the empath or the phoenix. And I love, love, love both of those. You also have the inner artist. So the empath is healing the emotional body and owning your sensitivity. The inner artist is channeling emotions inspired creations. And the phoenix, of course, burning away emotional codependency to rise renewed. I think I got a lot of phoenix energy. But it chooses you. It's not mine to have. The phoenix is the phoenix, and it'll choose like whoever it wants to play with to be a part of. And so some of you guys may have admiration and favor from La Phoenix. Okay. All right, we're going to pull some clarifiers here for you. And then don't forget to set your intentions for the news you could use. Now, with this ally or this offer or whatever these little pages here represent, if you have children, you could be moving. Because there's a lot of young energies here, and then it's like I'm flowing away from some burdens or whatnot, especially with the 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. It's just like, child, they trifling. I ain't got time. See what I mean? Look, when I said, oh my God, I said they trifling, I ain't got time. You got the Hermit and the Devil at the bottom of the deck. That is like not good. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune and the 3 of Swords. Now, if you've like spent some time on my channel, you know, or if you knew me in real life, I'm kind of smart, but sometimes when I say things, it comes off like really airy, right? So when I said what I just said, it was so funny because it's like the cards agree with me. So anyway, you don't have time for that. Some of you, maybe you do. But the Wheel of Fortune with the 3 of Swords points to faded heartbreak and healing after betrayal, and the cycles of pain and release that ultimately lead to growth and wisdom. The Wheel of Fortune with the 3 Swords is a powerful like emotional turning point, where the Wheel of Fortune brings change and the 3 of Fortune brings pain, heartbreak or disappointment, or difficult truth that was part of your soul's journey. But the wheel is turning. Now, if you're anything like me, this particular situation could involve like catalytic energy for you and a friend, or some sort of connection that you guys may have had where it was necessary. So don't think that there may be heartbreak brewing in the future. It could, but it's just like this necessary faded thing that helps move forward in a process, right? So that's a good thing, kind of. But it also indicates like a karmic relationship or a soul contract comes full circle. And I love that. You're being released from a long-standing emotional pattern or tie. Pain triggers transformation, clarity, and new beginnings. So those of my lovers here, this combo may reflect a breakup, betrayal, or a truth that hurts, but ultimately frees you. A partner or connection could be faded, but also difficult. For some, this can be the end of karmic cycles, or the realization that what felt like destiny was actually a lesson of self-worth and detachment. Been there. Okay. Now, in your career and your purpose, sudden changes, loss, or disappointment, and I did see the 5 of Pentacles, so this could be in work, which usually in the Kipper deck does point to despair, so there could have been like some setbacks in that area, but it's one that clears the path for a better alignment. Now, a betrayal at your job or an ending of some sort may feel harsh now, but you'll look back at it and be grateful. Spirit may be redirecting your path. Now, those of you that may be interested in spiritual and shadow work, all wounds resurfacing as part of a healing cycle, a soul contract playing out, especially where abandonment, betrayal, or rejections are key, you're being asked to break the pattern, not repeat it. The wheel is showing you where you've been stuck and offering a chance to choose differently. Now, the timing for you guys, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, is ruled by Jupiter. It's a planet of expansion, fate, and divine orchestration, so you ain't gonna know, right? Others of you, the 3 of Swords points to Saturn and Libra. which is karmic justice, heart-minded balance, and this combo plays out under eclipses, Mercury retrogrades, or Jupiter transits. For some of you, it could be 3 weeks or 3 months for clarity or a resolution on a matter. For your health and emotional energy, emotional pain may be manifesting physically, so chest tightness, anxiety, and fatigue. Focus on heart chakra healing and cord cutting. Remember what I said about that. Release rituals. Journaling, breath work, and inner child support will help you integrate the pain, not suppress it. Now, this Ace of Cups, I feel like it could bring better news. Okay. Look, and that's my clarifier. Like, you got 2 aces, so yes, it could bring better news. The path, the road less traveled. Okay, so let's get a clarifier for the okay, for some of you guys. Oh, look at that, it's increased. Yeah, it's 3 aces. Okay, so cool. It clarified itself. It could also talk about a child. So when I think about children, codependency, independence, moving away from things that no longer serve us, you do technically have the 8 of Cups with the Empress. If there were early childhood development issues, mommy issues, I shouldn't say it like that. I mean, it's a thing, that is a concept, but when I say it, it seems antagonizing. Like when somebody say daddy issues, mommy issues, like what even is that? I don't know. But you have the Sun card, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles clarifying itself, which I thought was super dope. So it points to a beautiful trio, especially with the Ace clarifying itself. You're looking at a resounding yes from the universe, divine confirmation of material, emotional, and spiritual alignment. You are radiant, you are ready, and you are receiving. Joyful self-sufficiency, a new chapter of prosperity, being in your season of harvest. So I think that that's kind of cool. There's nothing sudden here. This is success earned, healing integrated, and light being welcomed in after a journey of growth. For my lovers, a relationship blossoming where the partners are whole and confident, meeting someone who sees your worth and wants to build with you, a period of personal radiance that makes you a magnetic for high vibrational love. But if you're single, you're not just attracting someone, you're attracting the right kind of people that reflects your independence and readiness for your career and finance, promotion, business success, or a dream opportunity you've long worked for. The Sun illuminates your gifts. The 9 of Pentacles shows you've mastered them, and the Ace of Pentacles offers a brand new chapter, like involving money, stability, or prosperity. An abundant new venture could be birthing, and it's blessed. This is boss energy. Okay? A period of vitality, healing, and natural abundance, emotionally and physically. Great time to work with solar plexus and root chakra. So maybe look at both of those readings, okay? The next one and the one before this one. You're aligned with your higher self and now manifesting a quickening self-worth. And for some of you guys, the timing is as soon as Leo season, could also be Virgo season. Taurus energy for the Ace, stable earthly beings, and you have 1 to 9 weeks or around a new moon or a full moon in an earth or fire energy. With the 10 of Wands, you have the Hangman upright. And let's see. Moving away from chaos. So the 6 of Swords is cleared by the 5 of Swords. Pause to realign. Release what no longer serves you. You must stop. You must surrender. There is wisdom in stillness. This combination tells a story of someone who has taken on too much. So be mindful of that with all of this abundance and all this light and all of this energy to not burn out. Definitely letting go of outdated possibilities, changing your perspective in your love relationship, feeling emotionally drained from all this stuff, but gaining a fresh perspective during a timeout, rebalancing or renegotiating roles. Burnout warning for your career and life path. A project, job, or business may feel heavy. The success you're chasing might need to be redefined, so keep that in mind. And physical exhaustion or back pain could be a sign of energetic overload. Nervous system regulation. Try yoga, breath work, and intentional rest. And along with the root chakra, the crown chakra may be a good reading to look at. That was group 1. because of the hangman, spiritual downloads, and surrendering. You may also connect to hematite, amethyst, and selenite. Okay, so now we are going to get your answer answered. For some of you, a trine, I love this, auspicious, positivity, and luck. That wheel of fortune didn't come up for nothing. And we also have refreshing, mysterious, and fluid. So we have trine and water. Go with the flow. Did I have to do that? All right, now ask your question. And we're going to get you an answer. Okay. For some of you, we have versatility, flexibility, and adaptability. Venus energy, divine feminine. For others of you, it is plain and clear that water and Pisces is in the building. We have psychic, intuitive, and dreamy. Yes. And then we have Vesta, right? Inner spark, sacrifice, and devotion. Sounds like a martyr, but whatever you into. Look into those aspects of your chart. It may give you some sort of insight. And whatever question you ask, I'm sure that there is a way to find resolve in those attributes. But I do hope that it helps. Until next time. Last but not least, step into the building, group 7, with your rhodochrosite. Okay. That's what it is. That's what we're going to call it today. And your root chakra, group 7. Beautiful. Let's root into the rich anchoring energy. The group of deep healing, self-worth, and reclamation. The foundation's strong enough to build your legacy upon. You're going to be excited to see the tarot cards that have been pre-shuffled in your energy. We're going to take some clarifiers here live and set the intentions to get advice or a question answered before the end of your video session. You will also get a mantra card, and your sacred geometry card today is curiosity, number 15. So dope. We'll talk about your crystal as well. But let's start with the chakra energy of the root. It governs your sense of safety, stability, survival, and connection to the earth. When in balance, you feel grounded, secure, and able to trust life's timing. When blocked, this can manifest as anxiety, scarcity thinking, insecurity, or issues with the legs, feet, or lower back. Rhodochrosite. I wonder if it's like a chakra. Rhodochrosite works as a heart root bridge, healing early life wounds that impact your ability to feel safe and deserving. It helps dissolve inherited trauma and open the door to unshakable self-worth. Your affirmation this week is, I am grounded, I am safe, I release survival mode and rise into abundance. And with the I think 9 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles in the Tower, you may just be doing that. You had the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. I'm so excited to talk about this. Okay. We got some interesting concepts about that number 99 and the chosen one, right? That's doing some stuff this lifetime. Now, as far as the general interpretations, we'll go through that. Love, career, and health. Okay. Your mantra card. Let's get that out. Beautiful. I ground my energy, creating a safe, secure, and loving reality with the universe as my ally. Ooh, so it may be another page that could come out in the clarifiers. Not sure. But group 6 also had an ally, and I think it was a physical, like, individual. So shout out to you, group 7. Your ally is like the whole universe, so that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and break it down. So this group is receiving a major shift in stability, but it's all to place you on a more solid ground. Considering the Tower at the end, it suggests that an outdated structure, internal or external, is crumbling. This could be a belief, job, or a survival-based pattern you've outgrown. Now, the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles are powerful. They say you're not surviving this season. You're stepping into a new chapter of contentment, independence, and fulfillment, especially in matters related to home, money, and self-love. Now, in your love and relationships, if relationships have felt unstable, Then the Tower brings an awakening. This could be an abrupt ending, a realization, or a long overdue release of old patterns and partners. But here's the truth. This shift is aligning you with relationships that match your worth. The Nine of Pentacles. No more codependence, no more crumbs. Someone new? Possibly. A new version of you in love is inevitable. Your worth isn't up for negotiation. You don't have to prove your value. The right person will see your wholeness and meet you with respect. Now, those of you that may be focused on your careers and purpose, the Page of Pentacles is a spark, a new idea, class, investment, or even a relocation. Something you've been curious about is about to be offered. The Tower says, don't fear the shakeup. What leaves now is not aligned with your soul's highest path. In its place comes the Nine of Pentacles. So what is it? Sovereignty, financial independence, and success you built through your own effort. Now, this is a legacy timeline, all right? During a new moon in Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo could be favorable for you. Also, Mars or Uranus transits, career shakeups, and watch for major Saturn aspects bringing structure after a storm. For your health and body wisdom, the root chakra can manifest, if imbalanced, as lower back pain, anxiety, chronic fatigue, and insomnia, food scarcity issues or eating for comfort, inherited trauma around money, housing, or survival. 2. Realign, grounding meditations and barefoot walks, root vegetables, red crystals, garnet or ruby, ancestral healing, or somatic release work. Okay? Now, the archetype and guides that may be present for you, Group 7, include, but aren't limited to, the grounded king and queen, rising into leadership through humility, the healer, transmuting pain into purpose, and the builder, creating foundations that last for generations. Now, we're going to take clarifiers, but before we move past the cards that are before us, okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about the 99, okay, for my mystics. If you're not a mystic, that's fine. Just, just wait. Give us some time to do our thing. But there were like old tales that I used to hear about it, and I didn't think it was fair to just associate it with like karmic ties and love spells and dark shit. Excuse me. But it is, right? We're not going to limit it to that. Today we're going to tell the whole story. So the combining essence of 99 twin flame mythology, love spells, curses, and the Page of Pentacles plus the Nine of Pentacles is about alchemy of love and attachment. In the book of Soul Cycles, 99 is the number just before completion, the space between finishing a karmic story and beginning a sovereign one. And so your story, we just talked about sovereignty, I think, if that's how you say it. English is my second language, so bear with me as you subscribe to my channel and hear me make up words and mispronounce things a lot. All right. Now, it's the breath before the 100, the totality, and so it is sacred. In many esoteric systems, 99 is like the final trial, especially in love, the last loop, the final temptation to stay bound. I don't think y'all gonna stay bound because you would have got the devil card instead of the tower card. So some of you guys are releasing yourselves. Okay, where the 10 of cups sounds good. All these lifetimes, we just stay connected together forever. Some people, it may work out for you. If the 10 cups came up in the previous reading or in some of your readings later, or on other channels, cool. Who receives this 9 of cups and this 9 of pentacles? Baby, you wouldn't have no 10 cups with that person, and you know it, right? So it also is a code of the twin flame wound. So for some of you, it isn't always like this love tale of woo-hoo-hoo. It's a wound because they're creeps. No disrespect. They haven't been nice. And they may have not been nice for many lifetimes, right? But love and light to them. I know you may love them, and don't block me and say, don't call my twin flame a creep. Okay, I take it back. But the binding part is toxic, okay? When you're binded, you don't reach your full potential. Like, what movie did I see? Ooh, I don't know the name of it, but it's not always about another person. Okay, because so many of us come to tarot or divinity or divination, I say, to get information about twin flames and lovers. And it's like, those don't really even be twin flames. They be karmic connections that leave you high and dry and searching for answers on the internet. However, twin flames relationships are like that and worse. So I can't pick and choose and say what is or isn't, but I've often offered another perspective to advise you guys that sometimes a twin flame is like a higher aspect of energy. It could be like, sometimes I say the Holy Spirit. I mean, we do have the Page of Pentacles here. Some of you guys may be chosen by a hierarchy that is unbelievably invested in you. And others of you, it could be like, in some cultures, they call it familiars or your higher self, or it's just a conscious thing that isn't you, but is a part of you, right? And so I saw a movie one time. They were time travelers, and she went back in time. And it was a library involved. She was the only one that got this book to do some crazy stuff. This type of person does that in their lifetime. So the book did the crazy thing, and it led her to some places and with a dude, fortunately, or unfortunately, whatever you into. But some guy came around, so they were on the run together. And she went to one timeline where she met with I don't want to call her a sage, but she was like some incredible like guide or whatever. And so you go through this ritual or this rite where your element chooses you and you choose it, right? And so it's a string that is every color for every element. And whichever one you saw was your thing, right? She saw all of them. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. So basically, that would make her a weaver, like someone who could create destiny. So, some people, they didn't get jealous, but I mean, they were like, dang, I wish I could do that, because there were other women around and girls who had gone through the process. And, one of them was like a queen of cups, a queen of fire, a queen of earth, a queen of a light bender, whatever you into. But this particular lady, she saw all of them, and she looked at the lady and said, I can see them all. And the lady looked at her and was like, I know. So she was like the lady who was the guide hosting the ceremony, did the same. So that meant that she was one of those, and one of the last ones, because no one had been able to open the book and get it to present this information in decades until this lady popped up at this library. So she didn't ask for any of this, by the way. Long story, keep it moving. The lady told her as she went through the ceremony that it's not a familiar, I think I listened to too much Kevin Gates, but her thing would present itself when she needed it, right? Because she didn't even know what it was or like how to use it or nothing. Then some haters came, caught her up. She was on her own by herself, and she was in a jam. Here comes her higher being or whatever. And guess what it was? It was the Firebird. It was the Pynx. So when she got in trouble and didn't have any help and her back was up against the wall, the Pynx bust out of her and got the people who was messing with her. And I thought that was so cool. So if you ask me what was that for, then it wasn't for you, because who it was for, you should have goosebumps by now, child. So anyway, that is one of the significance of the 99 in the final trial, right? Because a ritual or a trial or a test is kind of like how we see in all those little movies, like to be the supreme or to level to your next thingamajiggy and all that kind of stuff. Now, trickle it on down to the twin flames and the love curse archetype. A love so intense it splits timelines. Two souls meet again and again, but in this lifetime, one must choose self, because here's the twist. The curse isn't love. The curse is the belief that love must hurt. So be real. So what happens when you break that belief? Now with the Page of Pentacles, that's the soul, that's the apprentice, that's the student of earthly mastery. So that's the one, you in this reading, that is possibly an initiate of liberation. Okay? Someone who breaks the curse chooses their garden, lives life where self-worth is the altar and love comes without begging. Okay, Together, the cards suggest a choice. Do you want the potential of love or the embodiment of peace and prosperity? I ain't going to say it again, but you can rewind it. Now, love curses and soul contracts. Mystics say when twin flames reunite, their past life vow activates like energetic contracts. If vows were made in trauma, I will never leave you, I will always return, they bind across lifetime. So it feels like a curse if the other person or, both of you aren't in alignment at once. Until one chooses to break the contract, the loop continues to repeat. Detachment is the spell breaker. Abundance is the proof. When you stop chasing the twin, you become the whole. And I could keep going down the rabbit hole, child, because in some of the tales, I have even heard that the other person has this happy life. They have financial comfort. They have friends. They have things that the other twin probably does not have, and has been deprived of and just dry. Now, this isn't for you guys. I'm just educating you on the possibilities. But I have read that it's like a blood-sucking vampire twin flame. And it ain't like Twilight. It's shady or whatever, shisty, whatever the word. I can't keep up. As far as the 99 in numerology for your journey, it's a soul whisper, okay? You're the one that is like the breath full of freedom. It's the final test before your emotional maturity. A message from your higher self to walk away from the mirror. Okay, I always hear people say, do mirror work, stare at the mirror. And I have done that for personal gain and Reiki practices. But maybe the mirror sometimes can hinder us. Like, I don't know, when it comes to vanity or narcissism. I don't know. I just get away from the mirror. That's what I heard. But because this card in the shadow energy does talk about image, and being in the mirror and the body and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that's for somebody. But a symbol that love will return in a higher form is where you're whole and no longer chasing completion. 99, when thinking of someone, may mean you have completed the karmic exchange, but detach with love, reclaim your power. You may start seeing coins, feathers, owls, or keys, all signs of reclaiming wisdom and unlocking your own path, so keep that in mind. And you guys had to pick a card, I think last week, that had a door and a key and some owls and stuff like that. So check that out. I think it was the one with the thumbnail that says everything you need to hear. Okay, so your affirmation, if you resonate with the bottom row of cards before we get to your clarifiers, is I release all contracts that no longer serve my joy. I call back my energy from all lifetimes and loves. I am sovereign, wealthy, and free. I love me, and the love that is mine by divine will find me, and I will not beg for it. Do you hear me? Okay, now let's see what we got. Ooh, look at that. It is like mysticism, and it's a mystery with the 7 of Swords. And some of you guys, you're working with this person this lifetime, but yeah, we'll see. We got the Queen of Cups. Oh my God, the Queen of Cups and the 10 of Swords is not what I want to see, but let's get to this 9 of Cups. We will clarify it. I saw the Queen of Pentacles. And this is her card looking before. Jesus Christ. Y'all see this? Okay. We can talk about, I could do this because when my cards do this, they're saying, it's a story. Okay. So we have the Queen of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, and then the 8 of Wands, then the Tower. That is a very strong and significant combination. The kind of energy that transforms lives quickly and leaves nothing the same. Okay. Now, the Queen of Wands is the magnetic creatrix, a woman or energy in her full radiance, ready to manifest without apology. She draws abundance by being fully in alignment with her passion and purpose. Pair her with the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a divine offer, a tangible opportunity. That's why, okay, we got this 9 of Cups and this Page of Pentacles. The new job offer, investment, or a fertile new idea. a creative venture that is both inspiring and financially viable, a chance to root your charisma, all right, into the physical world, turning your fire into form. This could represent someone embarking on a passionate led business or receiving an offer, love, or money. See, love or money. Jesus Christ. And the Page of Pentacles is looking at, contentment and wish fulfillment. It's like, I don't want to choose love or money. I just want to be happy. And I think that is so sweet for you. And maybe even because of that, the Queen of Wands is like, you could burn the city down. Look at the Phoenix, your higher self and your protector. It's like we can tear this whole, knock everything off. You right, if you wanted to. And then you sit there and it's like, no, I just want to be happy. It's all good. Calm down, killer. And then because of that, boom. You just they bless your game. So then life speeds up with this Eight of Wands as if it wasn't already going fast enough, because I don't even think I have talked this much and this fast through any of the readings. Okay. And I skipped over your crystal card, which we'll do when we get to your question and answer. So anyways, messages, invitations, opportunities, or sudden downloads are flying in. Something you've been manifesting with intentions is arriving faster than you expect, possibly linked to what the Queen has been envisioning or casting. Okay. It may come in the form of a message from a long-awaited person, as we talked about this hot mess, a surge of engagement or attention around a personal brand, spell, or venture. I'm into that. Divine timing aligning so fast it feels like fate is hurrying you. But then, with the Tower, this card is divine interruption, a sacred detour. The Tower doesn't destroy to punish. It destroys to liberate. This Nine of Pentacles. In this reading sequence, the Tower feels like the collapse of an outdated foundation, an ego death or identity shift triggered by success, sudden clarity or emotional truth, a necessary letting go, and in love, reconnection with someone and realizing your values are now different. Child, imagine that. You done been on this long journey, and then somebody finally, because y'all got gray hairs coming out of your armpits, want to settle down, and it's like, I don't even like you anymore, sir. That can happen, or ma'am, but good luck to you guys. An old love showing up right as you're meeting someone new. For some reason, it's like in the mind and in the soul, they tend to do that. A shocking realization about who you truly desire or what you truly want. Okay. Now in careers and manifestation, getting what you ask for and realizing it's not aligned. I hate when that happens. But if that happens to you, I can just tell you from experience, right? Let it go. I don't care how much money you spent. I don't care how many years you invested. I can't tell you what to do, but it is my professional opinion, right? If you truly believe in yourself and becoming your highest good and self, nothing else matters. And it's not a mistake, and you didn't waste time, and you didn't waste money. It is my motto or mantra that one step always leads to two, because I've invested in businesses, people. Just, I can go down the rabbit hole, and sometimes it seems like unfavorable words, right? Time, baby, and energy and emotions. But then if you're evolving correctly, you eventually start making better choices. And because that is going to work for you, or ultimately you begin to feel whole and comfortable and confident that you're now walking in the right direction, those are just like small gains, right? Pains or gains or whatever they call it. So for those of you, okay, that have this sudden shift in desires and you have put your all into whoever you thought you were and what you wanted to do, have a night of, just have a party night where you separate yourself from all that and not hold it. Forgive yourself for it and keep going. I hope that makes sense, because that can be hard. Like, I spent 19 years in school and the last 20,000 I had, or my whole life, and you're 50. Oh, well, I'm saying that as the sage you need or the God that you've been praying for. Oh well, right? Now, spiritual and energetic layering, the root, solar plexus, and crown chakra kind of have showed up in the reading for you guys. So you are anchoring power of the Queen of Wands and building new foundations as the Ace of Pentacles, but Spirit needs you to do it without clinging to the old. All right? You're being refined through fire, but what remains will be gold. Yes, I love that. Oh, you know what? I just thought about something. Well, Spirit's like put my eyes on it. Remember when I said, and see, I probably been offending people. That's why I be getting blocked. When I said, y'all gonna liberate yourselves, right? Well, the number 15 is connected to the devil card. You do got the root chakra. And for some of us, I won't even lie, the tower represents the need to possibly, the glass ceiling gonna break. And then we keep saying the need, like we responsible for everything. No, we're not. God loves you, and the universe is always in your favor, because why not? The universe is, to me, the Holy Spirit, and not like the Christian Holy Spirit, just the holy consciousness that don't care either way, but is very nurturing and loving and gracious and does want the best. I can't say that. That energy helps, right? So the tower represents, it's gonna happen. Like, you gonna realize, you gonna grow, you gonna be happy, you gonna be independent, you will receive increase. It's gonna be heartbreaking, because whatever you thought it for a long time, and it means a lot to you, but you are also going to realize that it was a dud, and the Holy Spirit will hold your hand the whole time, so it'll be okay. But I just thought about that, because I was all like, yeah, no, y'all ain't in that mess. And then here we got the devil card. The devil card with the Queen of Wands, and a contract that takes it back to what I didn't even want to, like, I don't have time for this, and we're already at 26 minutes. Child, we may do a reading on it. You have to leave me comments, like the video, and share it. And if I get enough comments, shares, views, we'll talk about it. But now looking at it, karmic ties and past life contracts, shadow expressions of desire, control, manipulation, we can go down the hill. Bound to an identity or an image, that does sound like a toxic twin flame that is overlooking the spiritual aspect of it, or the true love, or the divine connection, because they're on some other stuff. Ciao. Anyway, we're gonna get through this. So, what was your question? What was on your mind? Let's go there. Jesus Lord, I didn't even notice the 8 of Swords. Maybe I wasn't supposed to. That is trifling, child. We just gonna, maybe another time. Okay. we gonna take the 8 Wands. But I like the 8 Swords because I didn't know, but it's connected to chaos magic, which is connected to, I've heard, I hope I'm not like lying on them, Metatron. And Metatron is transmutation is what they say. It's like the right hand of God, but the concept of Metatron existed before the Germanic word God was created. So I would bet a couple of dollars that they're the same, but my Christian friends be like, they stop inviting me to birthday parties, so I stopped saying it out loud, and we all just live in peace, believing whatever we believe. But the wands, the 8 wands, usually represent the rays and messages. You guys could also be very impactful when it comes to the divine restoration, okay, which is why you're here, because that's our collective, and you are on my channel, so now you're a part of our collective. But here we go. Let's see what we got. Child, whoever had the 17-minute reading gonna be like, but she, and we ain't talk about, well, you didn't need to. And also this beautiful grapefruit looking crystal of yours is about relationships, healing, and karmic lessons. I didn't even flip that over. I guess I didn't have to. We have Leo, Scorpio, and Mars energy. Compassion runs through the veins of this crystal, reminding you of your worth and capacity for self-love. A healer of relationships, and it opens the heart for healthy communication and breakthroughs. It can attract soulmates into your life, building connections that often feel karmic or fated. Every lesson is for your highest good. Um, and with that perspective, know that whatever is happening for you, not to you. This crystal encourages you to express your feelings and reinforce that it is safe to share who you truly are. That is so crazy that your cards were in alignment like that, because I didn't even know. So, to answer your questions and your concerns, by the new moon, we have creation, intention, and potential. And for someone else, we have Neptune, mysticism, spirituality, and escapism. So, I know I had some mystics up in here. All right, we'll look at Uranus with the Tower over here at the bottom of the deck. Revolution, intention, and eccentricity. All right, group 7. It was a pleasure, and I do hope that it helps.